Hello everyone.
这是准备做炖肉菜，最前面这块带皮的五花拿来做红烧肉正合适。
你现在是我的英语老师，把你看到的。
Okay, let's start with some basic words. What's 苹果 in English?
把你看到的给我翻译成英语，比如说我正在做的。
You are preparing to cook meat dishes, and the pork belly with skin in front can be used to make braised pork.
我现在端的是什么？
You are holding a plate of pork belly.
它里面放的是什么？你能看得到吗？
It contains pieces of pork belly with skin.
这个是什么？
It's pork belly with skin.
不对吧？这个是猪蹄儿。
Oh, I see. Then it's pork knuckles.
把我的动作翻译成英文，我正在做什么？
You are holding pork knuckles and showing them.
我打算做什么？
You are going to cook the pork knuckles.
这个怎么做好吃呢？
For pork knuckles, braising with soy sauce, star anise, and cinnamon until tender is a classic way. You can also simmer them with white radish for another flavor. Or make sweet and sour pork knuckles with vinegar and sugar. Which method do you prefer to try?
我现在要做什么呢？
First, you need to clean the pork knuckles. Then blanch them in boiling water with ginger and scallions to remove the blood.
你
After
能
that, you can
你能显示视频吗？然后把你说的英文同步到公屏上，视频。
Sorry, I can't display videos or sync English to the public screen. But I can keep translating your actions and explaining steps in English as we talk. What are you
行，
going to do next with the pork knuckles?
我准备把它煮一下。这
You
我
are
用，
going to
我已经用清水浸泡了1个晚上，我现在要把这些骨头，还有猪蹄儿去炖一下。
You have soaked the bones and pork knuckles in clean water overnight, and now you are going to stew them. When stewing, you can add some ginger and pepper to make the soup more flavorful. Do you plan to add any vegetables to the stew?
Ginger and pepper, but I just cook it.
Put the soaked bones and pork knuckles into the pot. Add enough water, ginger, and pepper, and turn on the heat to boil. After boiling, skim off the bone and simmer over low heat until they are tender. How long do you plan to stew them?
About 2 hours.
2 hours of stewing to make the pork knuckles tender and the soup rich. After stewing, you can season with a little salt to taste. Do you want to add any other seasonings before serving?
Maybe later. 我现在在做什么？ What I'm doing?
You are stewing the bones and pork knuckles with ginger and pepper, and you plan to simmer them for 2 hours.
我要放 how many water should I?
For ginger, 3 to 4 slices are enough. For pepper, about 10 to 15 small peppercorns. Since you're stewing for 2 hours, these amounts will balance the flavor without being too strong. Do you have these ingredients ready?
No.
If you don't have ginger and pepper, you can skip them. Just make sure to skim off the foam thoroughly after the water boils, which will also help reduce the smell. Then
Okay.
simmer on low heat for 2 hours and add salt at the end. That should still work.
Hi，我在做一些猪蹄，I'm making some pork belly and pork 猪蹄儿用英文怎么说
Pork knuckles.
？And pork knuckles. Do you eat in your country?
So you're
It's delicious. 我现在要把它加热，开火，请用英语描述我的动作。And a lot of pork belly. I have
now you're sitting on the stove to eat a lot of pork belly and pork knuckles in the pot.
Hello everyone.
Hello, everyone. Right now, I'm eating a pot with lots of pork belly.
Now I need. 我现在在做什么？
现在正在开火加热锅里的大量五花肉和猪蹄。
请说出你看到的东西。这是我。What I'm doing now?
Heating a lot of pork belly and pork knuckles in a pot on the stove.
这呢？
你正在炉子上用锅加热大量。
你看到的是什么？
我看到炉子上的锅里正加热着很多五花肉和猪蹄。
现在呢？
锅里的五花肉和猪蹄还在炉子上加热着。
不是，你现在看到的应该是在我这摆放一些五花肉吧？
哦，那现在你正在摆放一些五花肉。
你看不到我在做什么吗？
抱歉，我刚刚没准确看到。
现在
你是在。
现在看呀。
现在看到你正在摆放一些五花肉。
好，我现在将用一个喷火枪把这个五花肉上的皮和毛去处理一下。I'm using this.
So you're using a blowtorch to burn off the hair and clean the skin of the pork belly now.
Yes.
That should make the pork skin crispy later when cooked. Are you going to season the pork belly after this step?
Yes.
What seasoning do you plan to use on the pork belly?
I need
Maybe some soy. That's a good choice. 5-spice powder adds a nice warm flavor to pork belly. Will you rub it all over the meat? After rubbing with 5-spice powder, do you plan to marinate it for a while to let the flavor soak in?
What do I do now? 现在做什么？
现在你应该再给磨好五香粉的五花肉进行腌制。
仔细看一下。What I'm doing now?
You're using a blowtorch to treat the skin and hair of the pork belly.
我们这样做的目的是什么？用英文。The purpose. What's the purpose? Why I took this?
To get rid of the hair on the pork skin and help the skin turn crispy when you cook it.
我是为了去腥。
Oh right, using a blowtorch to char the skin also helps remove any fishy smell from the pork belly. That makes the meat taste cleaner when cooked.
一般你怎么做五花肉 ？What do you do in your country?
In China, a common way to cook pork belly is braising. First, blanch the pork belly in boiling water with ginger and scallions to remove blood and seaweed. Then, heat oil in a pot. Add rock sugar to make caramel. Put the pork belly in and stir fry until browned. Next, add soy sauce, oyster sauce, star anise, cinnamon, and garlic. Then pour in hot water to submerge the meat. Simmer on low heat for about an hour until the pork is tender. Finally, turn up the heat to thicken the sauce. Do you prefer braised pork belly too?
Yes. What usually do the American for belly pork? 如果我说的英文有错，把它纠正过来，然后再回答我的问题。用英文 ，Thank you。
Your sentence should be, what do you usually do? For braised pork belly, after marinating with 5-spice powder, I usually blanch the pork in boiling water with ginger to remove blood. Then fry sugar to make caramel. Add the pork and stir fry until brown. Pour in soy sauce and hot water. Add star anise and cinnamon. Simmer on low heat for 1 hour until tender. Then thicken the sauce.
马上快要 It's the Chinese New Year is coming. What do the Chinese do?
Your sentence should be, it's the Chinese New Year coming. During Chinese New Year, people usually clean their homes to sweep away bad luck, put up red couplets and lanterns for good fortune, have a reunion dinner with family on New Year's Eve, give red envelopes with money to children, and visit relatives and friends to say Happy New Year. Some also watch the Spring Festival Gala on TV. Do you have any plans for the Chinese New Year?
Not yet. We will see the CCTV's program, TV program.
The most famous TV program for Chinese New Year is the Spring Festival Gala, which airs on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, yes. It's the Spring Festival Gala 是吗？
Your sentence should be, is it the Spring Festival Gala? Yes, that's the one. It's been a tradition for decades, bringing families together on New Year's Eve. What's your favorite type of performance in the gala?
Dance and 相声，用相声用英文怎么说？
相声 is crosstalk. So your sentence can be dance and crosstalk.
Dance and crosstalk. Is that?
Your sentence should be dance and crosstalk are in that. Yes, both dance and crosstalk are important parts of the Spring Festival Gala. Dances often have bright costumes and lively music, while crosstalk uses humor to tell stories or comment on life. Which one do you look forward to more this year? Your sentence should be, I like crosstalk.
I like crosstalk.
Your sentence should be, I like crosstalk. Many crosstalks in the gala are about family, life, or funny social situations, which are easy to relate to. Do you remember any interesting crosstalk from past galas?
Now, let's go back to the what I'm doing now.
Your sentence should be, now let's go back to what I'm doing now. You were marinating pork belly with 5-spice powder earlier and considering braising it, right? Since it's almost...
Look.
Your sentence should be, I'm going to braise it. That's a perfect choice for the new year. After braising, the pork will be tender with a rich sauce, which is a classic dish for family gatherings. Do you plan to add any extra spices to your braised pork belly?
你能看到我现在在做什么吗？ Can you see what I'm doing now?
I can't see what you're doing now. But you mentioned you're going to braise the pork belly, so maybe you're preparing the ingredients like ginger, garlic, or soy sauce.
Look at
Your sentence should be, look at the pork belly. Since I can't see it, but I imagine it's nicely marinated with 5-spice powder, ready to be braised into a 你在水槽里放了几块五花肉。
用英文说，用英文说。你是我的英文老师，在教我学习日常的英文。
Okay, let's start with what you're doing right now. You're washing the pork belly under the tap. You can say, I'm rinsing the pork belly to clean off any impurities.
现在呢？
You are scrubbing the skin of the pork belly to get rid of the dirt and hair. You can say, I need to clean the skin thoroughly to make it taste better.
I need to clean the 什么？
You just said, I need to clean the, and stopped. Probably you want to say, I need to clean the pork belly or I need to clean the sink. Go ahead and finish the sentence. I'll help you check if it's correct.
I need to clean the pork belly.
Perfect. That's exactly right. Now that the pork belly is clean, what's your next step? Cutting it into pieces or blanching it to remove impurities?
Just blanch it. And with pork nuts. Can you see here?
I can't see the pot, but I guess you want to say blanch the pork belly.
Yeah.
Blanching can
Yeah. Please say English. I'm England.
Got it. Let's stick to English then. The water in the pot is starting to bubble, and the pork belly is being blanched. You can skim off the foam on the surface later to make the broth clearer and the dish taste better.
What do you call this? In English?
It's a skimmer or a slotted spoon, perfect for scooping off the foam from the blanching pork belly without draining the water.
I need a little more water.
Like skimmer ladle or mesh strainer ladle. The mesh part traps small solids like foam or food bits, while the ladle shape makes it easy to scoop from the pot.
Just describe what I'm doing now in English.
You're holding a plastic cup under the faucet, filling it with water to rinse something or prepare an ingredient for cooking.
你能把你说的英文显示到屏幕上吗？
我没办法直接把文字显示在屏幕上，但你可以打开手机的记事本或者便签 APP，把我们对话里的英文句子记下来。
请用英文说。
I can't display text directly on your screen,
呃
but you can open the
If you can't, just speak to me and talk and 纠正我的英文。
Sure, I'll keep an eye on your English and gently correct any small mistakes while we chat, like adding an article or fixing a preposition to help you sound more natural.
What I'm doing now?
You're probably adjusting the angle of the camera, and I can see the wok on the stove now. A small correction. You can say, what am I doing now?
What I'm doing now?
You're holding and adjusting a tripod, probably to get a better angle for filming or taking pictures of your cooking process.
And now,
You're moving a rack with several pieces of pork belly on it, likely to place them into a pot or another area for the next step of cooking.
血沫，撇出血沫用英文怎么说？撇出水里的杂质和血沫。
Skim off the impurities and blood foam from the water. 这里的 skim off 就是撇去、捞走的意思，能精准对应你说的动作。
Thank you. And this, put the pork belly into the pot. Am
A
I
small
right?
correction. You're doing great, just a tiny fix on the sentence structure. Instead of this, put the pork belly into the pot. Try saying, I'm putting the pork belly into the pot now. You're following the cook.
Say it again.
You can say, I'm putting another piece of pork belly into the pot, and I'll keep the heat at a gentle simmer to cook it evenly.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's okay to take it step by step. Right now you're focusing on adding the pork belly to the pot. And once that's done, you can adjust the heat and let it simmer. You're doing well.
Thank you. And this one,
You're holding a small piece of pork belly, ready to add it to the pot with the others.
oh, that's a lot.
It's okay, you're taking it step by step and doing great. Just keep adding the pork belly pieces to the pot, and soon you'll be ready for the next stage of cooking.
What do you call this in English?
You're holding a utility knife with a red handle, which is commonly used for cutting small items or opening packages in the kitchen.
What?
It's a utility knife or box cutter, perfect for
它
opening
好像是一
food
个
packages.
夹子吧？这是一个夹子吧？
对，你手里拿的是厨房夹子。
用英文怎么说？
You can call it kitchen tongs or just tongs. The silicone tips on these tongs help grip food securely without scratching your cookware.
What do you say now?
You're holding a round bamboo steamer lid, which is used to cover pots or steamers to lock in heat and moisture while cooking.
And now 呢？这盆子里是什么？你现在做什么？
盆里是切好的鱼块，还加了葱段和姜片去腥。
用英文说，say it in English.
You might mean chopped greens or vegetable dish for cai. But if you're referring to a specific dish like stir-fried vegetables, you can just say stir-fried veggies.
鱼块怎么做才好吃呢？
看你准备了葱姜去腥，试试做家常豆瓣鱼吧。先把鱼块擦干水分。
好，不要跟我说那么多，不要告诉我做法，用英文描述我现在的动作。
You are rinsing the fish pieces under the tap, gently handling them to clean off any remaining debris or excess marinade.
That's a lot. 杂志用英文怎么说？
You might mean magazine for 杂志。
不是，这个锅里的杂志，这些
Sorry for
这些血沫，What do you say now?
I can can see the pork belly blanching in the pot. With a lot of brownish foam rising to the surface, those are the impurities and blood we need to skim off.
What do you call this?
You're using a fine mesh skimmer to remove the brownish foam and impurities from the pot.
啊，叫
This foam is
血沫是吗？
你说的应该是血沫，也就是煮肉时浮出来的血污杂质，英文可以说 blood foam 或者 scum。
Blood
你现在正
foam。
用
对对。
Exactly。你已经捞掉大部分血沫了，锅里的水看起来比之前清亮多了。接下来可以把五花肉捞出来，用温水冲洗一下表面，就可以进行下一步的炖煮了。
That's a good idea.
Now you're carefully skimming off every last bit of foam, which will make the final braised pork belly have a clean, rich flavor without any unwanted gaminess.
哇，还有血沫的。That's a lot.
It's totally normal. Some blood and impurities seep out slowly as the meat cooks. Just keep skimming gently, and soon the water will stay clear, making your braised pork taste much cleaner and richer.
我需要盖盖子吗？
现在不用盖，敞着锅能让肉里的腥味随着蒸汽散出去。等血沫撇干净，准备转小火慢炖的时候，再盖上盖子，锁住香气和温度。
Do you guys like pork belly? 需要放一点姜，对不对？
对，现在可以切几片姜丢进去，姜的辛辣味能很好的中和五花肉的油腻感，还能进一步去腥增香。等会炖的时候再放2颗八角，肉会更香。Now you're peeling the ginger, which will add a warm, spicy aroma to balance the richness of the pork belly. Just slice a few pieces and toss them in the pot. Your dish will be more fragrant and less greasy.
see something.
You're taking the blanched pork belly out of the pot, and the meat looks much cleaner now. Next, you can rinse it with warm water to remove any remaining foam before moving on to braising.
现在可以盖上锅盖了吗？
可以了，现在盖上锅盖，转中小火慢炖20分钟左右，让五花肉慢慢吸收香料的味道。Sure, you can put the lid on now and turn the heat to medium low.
锅盖用英文怎么说？
It's called a lid or pot lid. You just put it on to trap the steam and heat, which helps the pork belly cook tenderly and absorb all the flavors.
Now I forgot it's ginger.
You can add the ginger slices now. Toss them in the pot with the pork belly. The ginger will infuse its aroma into the meat as it simmers, cutting through the richness and adding a warm, fresh note to the dish.
And you say I need a little 八角，用英文怎么说？
It's called star anise because of its star-like shape. Adding 1 or 2 pieces to the pot will give the braised pork a rich, warm, and slightly sweet aroma.
Is this?
You're holding a jar of star anise.
我需要这个吗？
需要的。你手里拿的桂皮能给五花肉增添醇厚的香气，和八角搭配在一起炖肉，会让肉香更有层次，吃着也不腻。
这个呢？
这是香叶，炖肉的时候加一片能让香味更有层次感，和八角、桂皮搭配在一起就是经典的炖肉料组合，能把五花肉的香气烘托得更浓郁。
这三个用英文分别怎么说？
你手里这3样，桂皮是 cinnamon， 香叶是 bay leaf， 八角是 star anise， 它们是中式炖肉里很经典的香料组合。
我只需要把它们放到锅里就好了，是吧？
对，直接把这3样香料丢进锅里和五花肉一起炖就行。炖的时候，它们的香味会慢慢渗透到肉里。炖好后可以把香料挑出来，也可以不挑，不影响食用。
不要让我重复告诉你，你在这个视频中你就一直用英文去描述我所做的动作。
Got it. I'll describe your actions in English from now on.
Can you see? If you see it, please can you watch carefully and say it in English.
I'm watching you closely. Right fish and checking it carefully with your fingers, probably to make sure it's the right size or there are no small bones left.
这个鱼块怎么做好吃呢？这里边有鱼肉，还有鱼排，这是一个比较大的青鱼，这是鱼排。
You're holding a piece of fish fillet from the carp, showing its thick and fresh texture. This part is perfect for braising as it stays firm and absorbs the sauce well without falling apart.
鱼皮用英文怎么说？
It's called fish skin. The skin of black carp is thick and rich in collagen, which will become soft and tasty after stewing, adding a nice texture to the dish.
这个鱼块炸一下好吃，怎么炸的更加酥脆？
想要炸得更酥脆，可以先把腌好的鱼块擦干水分，裹上一层淀粉或者低筋面粉，油温60%热的时候下锅，保持中火炸至表面金黄定型后捞出，最后再开大火复炸30秒左右，这样就能得到外酥里嫩的口感了。
用英文说呀。
To get a crispy texture, pat the fish dry with a paper towel first, then coat it lightly in cornstarch. Fry it in oil at 350 degrees Fahrenheit until golden and crispy, about 3 to 4 minutes. Then take it out and let it drain on a wire rack.
要放什么调料吗？
You can add a light coating of salt, a splash of cooking wine, and a little white pepper to the fish pieces first. Let them marinate for 10 minutes. Then coat them with cornstarch before frying. This will lock in the moisture and make the outside extra crispy.
现在是不是需要用一些调料先把它再给腌制一下？
Yes, now you can marinate the fish with a little salt, light soy sauce, and a splash of cooking wine. Let it sit for about 15 minutes. This will not only remove any fishy taste, but also make the meat more flavorful when fried.
a little salt.
You're sprinkling a little salt onto the fish pieces to season them, which is the first step in the marinating process.
67048。
67048。
67048。
I didn't catch the number you mentioned, but right now you're adding seasoned 5-spice powder to the fish, which will make it flavorful when you cook it later.
We'll do what I'm doing now.
You're sprinkling the ground spices you just prepared onto the fish pieces in the basin, making sure each piece gets coated evenly for more flavor.
Say something, improve my English. Depend on what I'm doing now.
You can practice saying, I'm sprinkling ground spices over the fish fillets to season them evenly before cooking. This sentence uses the present continuous tense to describe your current action, and includes
And now,
you're tossing the fish pieces in the bowl to make sure the spices coat every part evenly.